Underdog Fantasy is one of the most fun and most flexible ways to make a couple of bucks while watching your favorite sport. If you don't know what Underdog Fantasy is, it's daily fantasy. You come in here, you say higher or lower than any of the numbers you see on the screen, you put a few of them together, and you make a bunch of money. Not only is it fun and flexible, they will also give you free money to play. The only thing you need to do to get that free money is go to wewantpicks.com/underdog, use promo code WWP. Once you use the promo code, the free money comes pouring in. There's all sorts of options, deposit matches, and things like that. Get the free money. I am going to focus on UFC Vegas 109, but you can see across the top here, there's a whole bunch of different sports. We're dead summer. Football's about to start. We've got baseball going. College football is going to start ramping up. Sports are about to get wild, so you might as well watch those sports and try to make a few dollars. WeWantPicks.com/underdog, promo code WWP. Let's go ahead and jump in. I waited a little bit. They had the lines out yesterday. I took a look. I said, let me wait. I don't love all of these. I want some more options. And now I think we're in the sweet spot. More options are going to open up. This is Thursday, Friday, Saturday. There's going to be even more options. But as I always mention, it's kind of a waiting game. And you got to time it perfectly because you don't want to wait too long because then all the lines are just too tough. And if you do it too early, you might miss out on some good value. I think we're in a good spot right now because we do have the under on finishes, the lower on finishes, and that's what I like to do. And we're going to jump right into Anthony Hernandez here, and I'm going to hit his lower on a half a finish. He's not going to finish Roman Dolidze. Does he win this fight? I do think he does. I think the cardio, the pressure might be a little too much, but the reality is if there's a finish in this fight, it's on the other side. Roman Dolidze is tough as shit. He is tough as shit, and getting taken down and grappled isn't going to get it done. Anthony Hernandez doesn't have finishing power on the feet, and the only way he's going to finish anybody if he wears them down over time. And Roman has shown us time and time again how insanely tough he is. So the under on a finish for Anthony Hernandez makes a lot of sense to me. I'm also going to jump on the other side of that fight. I think Roman Dolidze lands far more than 38.5 significant strikes. First of all, if you go through his fight history, you'll see that he's done that time and time again in 3-round fights, let alone 5-round fights. And I understand this might have more grappling than usual, but even when he's grappling, go watch that Phil Hawes fight. He lands about 10 nasty elbows to the side of the head off of his back. Those count as significant strikes. So I think Roman Dolidze cruises past 38.5. It is a number that he has flown past many times before, and I think we're going to get more of the same here, especially in 5 rounds. Angela Hill, similar story. 69.5 is a somewhat low number. And I understand that Eisman Lucindo, they have her listed as Jasmine Lucindo. Oh, you guys fucked up. Eisman Lucindo is going to be looking to grapple and get Angela against the cage, and that obviously could keep Angela's strike volume low. But Angela Hill just showed us in her last fight that even at 40 years old, she's very mobile, she's very busy, she's got high fight IQ, she knows the game plan, she's going to be circling, she's going to be pumping out as many strikes as humanly possible. But I said, let me double check. Let me go through her fight history and see fights where she has been taken down multiple times, and even in those fights, she's getting past 69.5 significant strikes. So we're going to do them more there. We're going to work our way down again, and we're going to go Christian Rodriguez lower than his half a finish. I don't see C-Rod finishing Andre Fili because while C-Rod is gritty and grindy, and while he can work his way to wins, and he could obviously win this fight, he's the considerable favorite. Andre Fili, while he is not who he used to be, and while his chin isn't spectacular, I think he's good enough to not get finished by C-Rod. I think Andre Fili is actually probably the better fighter just straight technique-wise. Sometimes his decisions get the best of him, but I don't think C-Rod's going to finish Andre Fili here. So we're going to do the lower than half a finish. If we work our way down the line, if by the time you're watching this, Jean Matsumoto has a lower on his finish line, hit it. Miles John is just too durable. It's like the Roman Dolidze breakdown. He's durable, he's tough, he's gritty, he's grindy. Jean Matsumoto isn't like this prolific finisher. So if that line is there for you by the time you're watching this, I would hit that. Eric Anders, Christian Leroy Duncan. I'm going to leave this alone. Eric Anders is typically tough. He's not a guy that's been finished. He's not getting knocked out or anything like that, but he is getting a little older, and he has been knocked down in his last 3 fights. So we could end up with a finish on the Duncan side. The lower is probably safe, but I'm not going to touch that. We'll leave that alone. The Elijah Smith finish line, I was going to jump on that, but because they reduced the payout on a finish, I'm going to leave it alone. Because maybe we do get a weird mostly grappling type fight. I think Elijah Smith runs through Kazama, but I don't necessarily, I'm not going to do a 72% payout on a finish line. I mean, he probably does. You could add it for a little bit of juice. It probably happens. Jasmine Edwards, similar story. I do think this goes to a decision because of how insanely tough Priscilla Cachoeira is. But if Jasmine turns it on, starts shooting those takedowns, works in the grappling, we might have a Jasmine Jasudavinish style finish over Priscilla Cachoeira. But the 59.5 significant strikes, I do like that number. The only reason I'm not jumping on the higher is because we've seen Jocelyn use more wrestling than usual lately. And with somebody like Priscilla in her face, she might shoot some takedowns because she's not going to like that pressure. The rest of these fights we're going to leave alone, just too damn volatile. Uros, Medik, Gilbert Urbina. Uros should finish Gilbert, but I'm not going to do a 69% payout on a finish line. The unders, I trust. The overs, I don't. Steve Erceg, the lower on a finish being juiced is very enticing here because I don't think he's going to finish O'Day. If they add the round lines and you could do more than 1.5 rounds, that's a bet I've placed in real life, and I think that could work here as well. So this is going to be my entry. I've already got it placed. Let's go ahead and take a look. My entry for UFC Vegas 109 is Roman Dolidze to land more than 38.5 significant strikes, Angela Hill to land more than 69.5 significant strikes, C-Rod to not get a finish, and Anthony Hernandez to not get a finish. This is my entry. If you like it, great. If you don't, that's fine. Build your own. Just get the free money. What are we doing? Get the free money. WeWantPicks.com/underdog. Promo code WW